and welcome back to the Money Decision Show. I really appreciate you tuning into my channel for another episode. My name is 𝑘𝒉𝒂𝒕, and I'm a certified financial planner. I own a registered investment advisory firm called Your Story Financial. We are virtual, so we service folks all over the country. So today I'm super excited because I wanted to share another topic in regards to Life Insurance Awareness Month. So this is a month that's super important because life insurance is very important. I gave 7 reasons why life insurance is important, why you should get life insurance. I put that in a video that I did a couple weeks ago. So I will put the link in the description box so that you may take time to view it. But today we are going to talk about the triggering events as to why you need life insurance, or what would make you take the time to review your life insurance or make changes to it. And so I have about 6 triggering events that I want you to be aware of. Now, the first triggering event that I want you to be aware of is marriage. Yes, marriage. It is a wonderful time, right? You get married to your spouse, you take the time, you take the nuptials. But if you already have life insurance, you've got to check those beneficiaries. You've got to make sure that your new spouse is on there as a beneficiary. Now, the other thing to consider is between the two of you, how are the bills getting paid? What is the cash flow looking like? What is the income looking like? The majority of Americans, when they buy a home, use both incomes to take care of that house. So if one of the spouses passes away, the other spouse, if they're unable or their income cannot cover that mortgage, they're going to either have to sell the house, or they're going to have to get a better job. Whatever it is, they're going to have to increase their income to keep the house. The life insurance reviewing the life insurance actually to begin to see what more coverage do we need to maintain the lifestyle that we already have, and make sure that either spouse is not left just figuring it all out and stressed and having to make these decisions that are super hard when a loved one passes away, especially a spouse. So definitely take the time when you get married to review your beneficiaries and update those, and then also take the time to work with an insurance professional or a financial professional to get an analysis on how much coverage do you need now. The second triggering event that I want to make known to you is if you change your job. Now, a lot of folks have benefits. Thank God. A lot of people have benefits at their job, and group life insurance is offered many times. However, it's usually not adequate enough coverage, and it's usually, depending on your health, if you're really, really in good health, it's probably not the best price for you to pay. But the other part about life insurance through your job is that what if you change jobs? What if you end up losing your job? Will that life insurance go with you? Will that life insurance be with you during the time that you're looking for a job and you don't have a job, right? So that is something to consider, and the term that we use is called portability. Is your life insurance portable? We're entering the enrollment season, so it's time to review your benefits and make sure that you have enough coverage, that you understand what the coverage is for your life insurance. But it's also a great time to get an analysis, figure out how much life insurance do you really need, and get a policy outside of your work, especially if it's not portable. And that way you can have life insurance no matter if you have a job or you're changing jobs. And really think about it. If you start a new job and you know that you're going to be able to get life insurance through that new company, there are some companies that do have a waiting period before the benefits actually kick in. And during that time, anything could happen. And so my whole goal is not to just be negative and plan for the worst situation, or, just think that the worst is going to happen. But we want to make sure the best situation occurs should the worst happen. The next option that I want you to consider, a triggering event that would cause you to take the time to review your life insurance, would be getting a divorce, right? I mean, there's a lot of situations and circumstances that would cause one to become divorced, and we're not going to go through that. But really, what happens with the life insurance? Is your ex-spouse the beneficiary on there? You need to go ahead and make that change. You also need to consider, do I need as much coverage at this time? And many times, you know, depending on how long ago it was and the rating that you received in terms of your health, it may be okay to just keep the policy, but do not keep the ex-spouse on that policy. Make sure that you take the time to get the coverage that you need, review the coverage, and review those beneficiaries. Make sure of that, because that would be the worst situation should you pass away and your ex-spouse gets the benefits, the life insurance benefit, and that's not what you wanted. So it doesn't take long to review, so I definitely recommend taking the time to review that policy and make sure that you have the right people as beneficiaries on that policy. Another triggering event that would make you decide to review your life insurance would be that you now have children. Whether you adopted a child or you had children through natural means, you still need to take the time to review your policy. I was looking up on the U.S. Department of Agriculture, and the cost to raise a child is about $233,000. Yes, it's a little over that. And so it's really important to make sure that you evaluate, do we have enough life insurance? Do you want your child to go to college? I talked about that in my previous video, and the cost of a private education or public education, it's not cheap, right? So definitely take the time to review your policy, make sure that you have enough coverage so that when or if you pass away, your children will be able to maintain the lifestyle that you've wanted to provide for them, and that they will be able to reach the goals that you wanted to set for them. Again, we're getting back to being able to pass on that legacy to the next generation, and being able to make sure that they're not struggling after you pass away. Again, should you pass away. But these are topics that we really need to chat about and talk about. The fifth triggering event that I wanted to cover that talks about life insurance and the reason why you would want to review would be you buy a new home. So there's plenty of life transitions, life changes that we're going to go through that would cause a triggering event for you to go ahead and do a review. But buying a new home is so key. Like I mentioned before, many times people use two incomes to buy a home here in America, and you want to make sure that you have enough coverage for should you pass away, and make sure that that is replaced and there's not a burden on your loved ones. The other factor is really, debt, making sure that that mortgage is paid, making sure that the debt is covered, and life insurance will help to do that. And lastly, for the triggering event would be retirement. Now, everybody has a different viewpoint on retirement, right? So we're not going to get into the philosophical viewpoints that people have on retirement. Some people wanted to retire yesterday, and some people never plan to retire. So everybody's got their own viewpoint on that, and they may not even use the word retirement. The term retirement, has different definitions these days, but I wanted to make sure that you understand that retirement is definitely a triggering event. And one of the reasons why it is, in terms of making sure you review your life insurance, is that you may see that you're getting a steady income coming in with your pension. Not many people get that anymore. You also may see Social Security is giving some type of income. Your needs, your expenses are reduced. Your home is paid off. Those are things to consider that would cause you maybe to reduce your life insurance. But Also, consider the fact that your spouse. So your spouse may be relying on the income that you're bringing in if you're married. So this is also a time to consider bringing on more life insurance and increasing. That's why I say go ahead and review that. So with that being said, those are the 6 triggering events that I wanted to highlight to help you recognize when is the time to start and do a review. And I would say every 2 to 3 years, do a review. Life is changing constantly, and that is just a rule of thumb. Some people are changing and having life changes every 6 months, every 9 months. These are the times when you want to take the time to review that. So when I work with my clients, we have one of the products or one of the things that I use is a comprehensive financial plan, and we're checking in with each other every few months or so, and that's the time when they're going to share with me a life change, and that's very important to share with your financial planner, because we can look at what are the things we need to consider and in all areas of your financial life. So I thank you for taking the time watching this video to the point that you have, and because you have, I would love for you to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because that way you're going to be informed of when the next videos come out. And please share as well. So this is Life Insurance Awareness Month, and the more we get this information out to the communities that need to hear this, the better it'll be, and the more that we can make impacts on people's lives, guys. So thanks so much again for watching, and tune in next time. Have a wonderful day.